Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're gonna be making our second entry into our season, our little career mode that we're doing today. Hallescher FC episode 2, season 2. We're in the Bundesliga 2, and let's just begin with our first competition, our first match in the competition. Jesus Christ, first league game, and let's hope we could make it back-to-back promotions maybe. We still got a very young and talented squad, so I think it could happen. I think we could win something. Win a lot of games at least. Gebhardt in goal, Hook, Pardo, El Arawi. I mean, you can see the lineup. You know what I'm saying. We still have almost the same team. We're going to be making a lot of changes, but this is the first game and we haven't made any signings or sold anyone yet, so first game of the season starts now. Match day 1, go on Hallescher. And I decided to make a few changes with our tactics. We're playing a real quick passing game and it already works really well, as you can clearly see with Cesar giving us our first goal in the Bundesliga 2. And this could potentially be a great season starting like this. And once again, we play really good football with Hoffman playing it through to Bukhari, and Bukhari finishing it and making it 2-0 in our first game. And almost immediately after, just after kickoff, Hoffman grabs the ball of the midfielder, plays it through the defense, and of course, I mean, we know Hoffman. He can finish. He can finish his plate, and it's a great finish from our youth talent. And I'll be honest, I think we have to get promoted if we want to keep him, because he's already growing to different levels. He's already becoming one of the best players in the league. He already is the best player in the league, highest rated. So we have to promote Hallescher to keep him. And it's going to be a hard thing to do, but we're going to try. And somehow this is just a great goal from München. DFB München, and that's just a wonder goal. We can't really do anything about that. 3-1. And here, Viola gets the ball, plays it to the opponent, and it's just a stupid goal to give away our 2-goal lead and make it only a 1-goal difference between the two teams. But it doesn't matter, because we do win our first game in the new league. And that means that's something great. And we're just gonna quickly see if we can make some transfers. And we do sign our first player with Alvaro Aguado joining us for free, 76 rated player, going straight to the center mid position. He replaces Herzog in the starting lineup, and the team is already starting to look really, really good. And we also signed a new left back because Anning wasn't growing at all and Hug just wasn't good enough. Agudelo joins us on the free, and he's gonna go straight in the starting lineup because he's a 67 overall rated player, and he's already better than anyone we already have. And with him joining, Hug has to leave, so we get a bit more cash in the bank account. And another former starting lineup player, Herzog, leaving us for Bristol City. And we sadly have sold our captain, Jonas Nietveld, the centre back that could play striker. I mean, he's growing older, and I could still grab about £1 million for him, so I just had to take it. And we finally make a non-free agent signing with a big name player joining us. I mean, not the biggest of names, but I think you will have heard of him. He's joining us from Bayern München. He has a French nationality, and his name is Tel. I mean, he has a really short name, but he takes number 11. I'm going to be giving him the number 9, so don't worry. He's going to be our starting striker for hopefully the next few years. He's joining us for £4 million. I really hope he can get us promoted. And after all that, I'm just going to show you a few players leaving us on loan. I also signed one more free agent that I didn't really want to show you because it isn't that important, because he's just going to be on the bench. We sold a lot of players, but we also loaned out a few youngsters that we have in the club. And after that, this is what the team looks like. I made Al Rawi captain just because we don't really have a lot of players left from the original team, except for Cesar and Gebhardt. So I'll just say this is what the team looks like. I think we could get promoted. We have a lot of young players that could still grow. But like I said, Hoffman, 80 rated right now. We need to get promoted if he stays with us, because he has to stay with us if we want to keep playing good, if that makes sense, because he's our star man. He's the most important player, and I think he will leave if we don't get promoted. And I'm just going to quickly go over the next 3 matches because, well, I just can, and there's going to be a lot of matches played in this video, so I'm going to have to skip over a few. This one is a great little chip from Hoffman. I'm just, like I said, we're quickly going to go over it. There's not going to be much about it. We're just going to show all the highlights and some mistakes like this one. And we go on a pretty good run, I'll be honest. We've gone unbeaten for a very long time, but this match was something beautiful, with Tel, our new signing, scoring in the last kick of the game, making it 2-1 to give us the win and give us the 3 points, which is most important for us. And well, that's an amazing way to make your debut. And I just want to show you this match as well. The keeper from the opponent has to be drug tested with all the saves that he's gotten, but again, like, we're playing really well, we're playing really good football, but sometimes that's not enough, and this match ends 0. But we immediately bounce back with a great win, and Hallescher FC is still unbeaten in these first few matches, which is great. And well, I don't know how this header's gone in, but that doesn't matter. With a great ball from Schmidt to Hoffman. Hoffman heads it forward, almost no energy left, tosses it to Tel, and Tel scores a really good finish to make it 3-0. But we go on to Signal Iduna Park, one of the best stadiums in Germany. I've been there myself, I know what it's like, and it's an amazing, beautiful stadium with a good fan base. And now Hallescher FC are playing there for the cup against Dortmund, of course. We could potentially give a big upset here, so I'm going to be showing a lot of highlights in this game. And we're going to be playing with the usual lineup. Schmidt, Tel, Bukhari in attack. Hoffman, Aguado, Sazar in midfield. Agudelo, Pardo, Alraoui and Viola in the defense. And Gebhardt in goal. 4-3-3, really easy formation. And let's see if the boys can do the unthinkable. And we do actually get the first chance with ex-Bayern München player Tel hitting the post somehow. But still, the chance is not gone, but now it is. And we keep going, we keep believing with Bukhari with a beautiful cross to Schmidt. And Schmidt finishes it to give us the lead away at Dortmund's own backyard. And it's a really good goal. Beautiful cross by Bukhari and a beautiful little volley by Schmidt. And Felix Schmidt, that's a beautiful goal. And Agudelo plays Schmidt through again. Felix Schmidt has 2 men with him. Schmidt plays it to Bukhari and they keep finding each other and it's 2-0. Somehow we've gotten the lead and extended it by 2 against one of the biggest teams in Germany. And once again, Felix Schmidt and Bukhari are both so important for this goal. But we keep going, Tel playing Schmidt through, and Felix Schmidt, you absolute beauty. I don't know how, but we're 3-0 up in 30 minutes time. And we silence the yellow wall. With Felix Schmidt being our cup hero. Scoring 2, assisting 1 so far. 3-0 up before halftime is absolutely... Like, I couldn't have dreamed of this before I started playing this match. Aguado plays it through to Hoffman. Hoffman could make it 4 here, and he doesn't. It could have been 4, but it wasn't to be. But sadly, we couldn't keep a clean sheet with Pardo making a big mistake. And Donjan Malen, I mean, he isn't going to miss that opportunity to get 1 more goal. He keeps falling over, but it's 1-3, so they're back in the game. And into the second half, once again Dortmund on the attack. Sin Maximin just finishes it really well. And it's 2-3. So we lost our big 3-goal lead. And now we have to keep fighting to even go through. I mean, that it was expected, but... Oh, it's going to be a tough match from now on. Viola, he is retiring at the end of the season, and he is playing really well, so I'm kind of sad about it. But Bukhari gets another chance, plays it through to Hoffman. Hoffman finishes it and makes it 2-4, which means that we once again pulled up our lead 2 goals above Dortmund's score. Cesar plays it to Aguado. Aguado plays it through to Schmidt. Schmidt. Oh, that's wonderful, 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 wonderful. It's another goal for Felix Schmidt, who just scored a hat-trick at Signal Iduna Park against Dortmund. And he scores a hat-trick for Hallescher FC. And I kid you not, this man is already in the history books for Hallescher. What a wonderful goal and a great performance to finish it off and keep the score. Really, I mean, it's a really good score, let's be honest. And we finished the game 5-2, Felix Schmidt in the spotlights. But we also have to keep focusing on the Bundesliga too, because our next match is against Bochum, who are at the moment in time our league leaders, so we should do something about that and give them something to cry about, just like we did to Dortmund. And we do give him something, and that something is a really well played attack. And Cesar playing Hoffman through, and Hoffman, our young talent, our great product from our youth academy. Together with Schmidt, they're both from the youth academy again. So I'm really happy that he's still here. And this goal just shows you why. Hoffman on the ball again. Again, really important in this attack. Viola plays it through to Tel. Tel, beautiful touch. Tel lobs the keeper, and it's a great goal from Hallescher FC to make it 2-0. Bugari grabs the ball off of Horn, and now it's another Hallescher FC attack. Plays it through to Tel, and Tel just bang, finishes it in the corner to get his second goal of the game. But Bochum aren't done yet with Morelos. I don't know if that took a deflection or not, but it isn't a great goal to concede. But the goal doesn't matter as we win with a 1-3 to finish off the first half of the season. And this is what the table looks like halfway through the season. We're 4th in the league, only 6 points behind Werder Bremen in 3rd. And 4th isn't good enough. Like, I'm sorry, but it just isn't. We should get promoted with the team that we have. And, well, 4th isn't even playoffs or anything, so I really don't like where this is going. But we do need to play one more match just before the transfer window starts, which is a cup game against Nuremberg, who are in the same division as us, but that doesn't matter because we can be beaten like we saw in the competition, because, well, otherwise we would have been first. So don't underestimate them just because we beat Dortmund. And once again, we start off really good with Al-Rawi with a beautiful defensive action, great tackle. Hoffman plays to Aguado, Aguado back to Hoffman. Hoffman sadly loses the ball, but immediately after Cesar picks it up again. Aguado plays to Hoffman again, and Hoffman just... beautiful goal once again from our German cam. Schmidt plays it through to Hoffman. Hoffman gets a bit of luck, but keeps going, and Tel just heads it in for the 2-0. Again, in 30 minutes, we're two goals up. And we should be able to see this through and get... I mean, we should get to the quarterfinals if we win this, so... please. And again, one of our attacks starts by a defender. Aguado plays it through to Tel. Tel, beautifully done. Really well done. And just a great finish. Low on the ground, in the corner. And it's 3-0. And after a while, I've subbed out Hoffman. Put Loader in his place, and Loader just decides, you know what, I need to show what I'm worth. And he scores a great goal. It's a really good goal, a really good finish by our substitute. And that's what you call a super sub. It's 4-0 and the game is done. We move on to the quarterfinals of the DFB Pokal while we're still in the 2nd division of German football. And even though it's a transfer window, we don't really start by signing off players. We start off by putting a few of our youth academy players into the first 11, with Richter immediately becoming our first goalie and Walter and the other guy just being on the bench. We also sell Mason Holland, our second choice goalie, because now we already have 2 great goalkeepers. And once again, we have to play another Bundesliga 2 game just because, I mean, let's be honest, we need to do better in the league. We need to be better. I'm just gonna quickly skip over this match because we win again with Bugari playing it through to Hoffman for the first goal. And well, Hoffman also being important once again by assisting Schmidt to make it 2-0 and win the game for us. And this is the reason why I skipped over that match, is because we're in the quarterfinals of the cup and we play against Düsseldorf, and we could potentially get into the semi-finals if we win this game. So this is the lineup. I put Richter in goal instead of Gerporth, and that's the only real change, really. So let's just get into this. And we could potentially get the highest Hallescher they have ever been in the cup. I mean, we're already at the biggest point they've ever been. So we've already done a lot, but I think we could push it a little bit further. Aguado plays through to Schmidt, and Schmidt could be once again our club hero, our cup hero, and he does get the first goal of this game, the first chance of this game. It's been really dull, I'll be honest, but first goal of the game after 30 minutes, and he celebrates in front of the Düsseldorf fans. You couldn't have been more of a cup hero for us. And once again, it's a really nice goal, just slotted away perfectly. But sadly, after save being pulled by Richter, our new goalie, save after save, he's just done really well for us. And he keeps saving all these balls and all these shots, but he couldn't save this one, and it's 1-1 sadly. And the game isn't as easy as we would have hoped it to be. Düsseldorf get one back, and it's 1-1. Düsseldorf have a free kick now. It's headed away by Pardo to Bukhari. Bukhari, he's the only one up front for us. Bukhari also has a lot of pace, so he keeps going. Bukhari keeps going. He still has the ball, and he finishes this. And this is the last few minutes of the game, and he gets our winning goal to put Hallescher FC in the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal, while still being in the second division of German football. You couldn't have written it. You couldn't have predicted it. It's not something that will happen anytime soon in real life, but somehow it has happened for us in this career mode. In our second season in charge of Hallescher FC, we're already in the semi-finals of the German Cup. I don't know how we've done it, but we've done it. Schmidt once again being one of our most important players. Bukhari scoring a great goal. Both of them are already in the history books for Hallescher FC. And we could potentially get the cup before we even get to the Bundesliga, which is something that I didn't expect to happen, but it did happen. So, I mean, it did happen. It could happen. Like, I don't want to see anything before we do it. I don't want to say anything before we actually do it. But just before the semi-final, we have sold Gebhardt for £4.6 million to Pisa. I mean, it's a lot of cash, and he's only leaving at the end of the season, so I don't really care. And here we are once again, Mr. Joel, hopefully putting his team in the final of the cup before even reaching the Bundesliga. I'm not even going to be playing any more league games just because I'm that focused on hopefully winning the cup. We've already done the unthinkable. We've beaten Dortmund and we've beaten Düsseldorf. We've also beaten Nuremberg. We can do it. We can beat anything. Anyone. So the semi-final should be a piece of cake. And once again we play against a Bundesliga side, and it's a big Bundesliga side. Bayer Leverkusen is coming to us this time. We actually play at home for the first time in this cup, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So we have to show the fans that we actually mean business. We have to show it at our own ground that we can actually play with the big boys and get to the DFB Pokal final for the first time in our history. Once again, I've gone with the same lineup with Richter in goal, Viola, Alrawi, Pardo and Aguado in the defense, Aguado, Hofman, Cesar at midfield, Schmidt, Tel, Bukhari up front. It's the best team we have, and it's the best team we can play. So we have to make something of this, and we have to decide, are we gonna be cup finalist or are we gonna just stay in the semi-final? It's a good team that Leverkusen has. Jordi Alba, William Saliba, Jimenez. It's a lot of big names. Oh, it's gonna be a tough match this. And once again, somehow we're making a lot of mistakes in the defense. And once again, Richter has to save us. I mean, he's only just come out of the youth academy, guys. We shouldn't have We shouldn't have to let him make so many saves. And after that many saves, sometimes it's just going to go in. And he couldn't really do anything about this. It's really bad defending, let's be honest. He should have been offside. But Aguero just didn't decide to move up with the rest of all the defenders. And now Lozek gets on the scoreboard. And we're 1-0 down in the cup semi-final, which isn't great. And once again, Agudelo should have got there, but it's really good that one didn't go in, because that could have been really terrible for us. This is our first real chance here. Hoffman plays it through to Smith. Smith, our cup baby, our cup hero. Hoffman gets there and scores the equalizer to make it 1-1 and give us a little bit more hope to play in the final. Hoffman, our youth academy, playing our superhero. It's going to be great. This is already a great match. I mean, we've been really outplayed so far, so this goal wasn't really something that I expected to happen, but it did happen, and that's the most important part. We get our equalizer, and there's still a chance for Hallescher FC to get, for the first time ever, get in the final of the cup. Aguado plays it through to Tel. Tel plays it through to Smith. We could potentially get our second goal here. Schmidt keeps going, Schmidt plays it through to Bukhari, and Bukhari somehow finishes it in the tightest little space that he has, and he makes it 2-1. In about 2 minutes, we've completely turned the game around and made us the favorites to go through. Once again, Schmidt is one of our most important players. He's been really important for both goals here, and Bukhari, I don't know how he did it, but he completely, almost perfectly finishes this to potentially put us in the DFB Pokal final. Viola plays to Aguado. Aguado plays to Smith to make it even better, and he does. He does make it better. Felix Schmidt is our cup hero, the most important player in the cup so far. Felix Schmidt has been amazing, and he scores his goal to give us like the ticket to the final. This is basically the ticket to the final. It's a beautiful little half volley. It just screams, we are not done. We can win this. We can win the cup before we even get to the Bundesliga. Mr. Joel completely happy and probably aroused by that attack. And we did it. We actually did it. And once again, Felix Schmidt is looked at by all the cameras. Somehow, I don't know how, but we got him from our youth academy, and I didn't really think he was going to be that good. But right now, he's been our most important player this season. And after we've gone to the final, I don't even care about this transfer that we made. Bit of cash in the bank, and we keep going forward. And somehow this team has gotten to the DFB Pokal final. Viola is going to retire, so I'm going to make him captain in the final. Just because if we win it, it would be amazing for his last match to be played in the final. I don't know how Smith is still 76 rated, even though he's playing like an 88 rated. Like I said, Hoffman growing really well, 84 rated. So we have to be promoted. Otherwise, he will be sold. Like, that's just something that will happen, because I want to keep it a little bit realistic, even though I know some things aren't realistic, like what I've done so far. But yeah. Well. Let's do this one more time. This could potentially be our chance to get our first big trophy in this career mode. Please, Hallescher FC win against Augsburg in the final. Like I said before, it's against Augsburg. It's not against Bayern München, not against Dortmund, not against RB Leipzig, not against any other of the biggest teams in Germany. Like, I don't want to disrespect Augsburg, because again, they're better than us, a lot better. But we've already beaten so many teams. We should be able to beat them. We've beaten Leverkusen, we've beaten Düsseldorf, we've beaten Nuremberg, and of course we beat Dortmund 5-2. That means that we can actually do it against Bundesliga teams. We can do it against the big clubs, so we should be able to do it here. And please, Hallescher FC, win this for us. Win this for the fans. Get our first big trophy. I mean, I've already shown you the lineups, so I'm just going to skip and we're just going to be playing this match. And I just hope we do something. And once again, it's great defending by our team. Pardo plays it through to Hoffman. Hoffman plays it to Cesar. Cesar. So Cesar, I still don't know how to say his name. Hoffman again to Tell. And somehow Hoffman gets through here. And Hoffman, just a beautiful chip to make it 1-0 for Hallescher FC in the final. We could potentially win it. And we've already seen how we play against big teams. So we know we can do it. So please, guys, just keep it like this. Keep playing like this. And keep finishing every single little chance we have. Because once again, this was our first chance of the game. And once again, we make something of it. Schmidt, our cup hero, keeps going through. Schmidt's beautiful tackle could have been our second goal, but it wasn't to be. Hoffman plays it through to Tell. Tell plays it through to Aguado. Aguado. And once again, another beautiful chip to make it 2-0. To make it 2-0 for Hallescher FC. To keep us alive and keep giving us goals. Please keep going like this. Schmidt, once again. I mean, don't really know why I said Schmidt, but Aguado. It's a second beautiful chip of the night. And that keeper should just stop getting out of his goal, let's be honest. Beautiful goal once again. And we can actually win this. We can actually do it. Demirovic plays it through to Weah. Viola, you could get there. You could get there. Oh, that's a horrible tackle. That's horrible. Oh, that's a yellow card, right? That's not going to be a red. It's not a red. Oh, you haven't done it, ref. On his last match of his career, you've given him a red for this. I mean, it was a really bad challenge. And it's gonna be a pen as well. Oh, please, just shoot it over. Shoot it wide. Don't do anything with it. Richter could save it. He dives the right way. But it wasn't enough. And now we have to play a whole half with 10 men. Okay, so for a bit of background, I couldn't play Agudelo at left back because he had a red card, and I just saw that afterwards. So we're gonna have to be playing with a bit worse players, with Arning and I don't even know how to say his name. We're gonna substitute Cesar for Halangs. It's just really bad that we got a red card already. And I'll be honest, I've been defending a lot in this match after that red card. And it wasn't to be. We couldn't hold on to our lead. And in the last 5 minutes of the game, Augsburg somehow managed to pull it back and make it 2-2. It's horrible. We could have won our first big trophy, but instead we got a red card. And we're just playing we're not really playing well at all. Oh, we're going into extra time. I've been sweating my balls off this last few minutes, and it wasn't to be, man. It just wasn't to be. We've completely been destroyed by Augsburg's number 9, and it's 2-3. We were 2-0 in front. Jesus, we should have won it, man. We should have just won it without going into extra time, but instead we got a penalty and a red card against us. Demirovic gets his third of the match and he gets his hat-trick. Hoffman is through. Hoffman is through. He's through. Hoffman, please, you can do this. We've seen you done this a lot of times before and you somehow bottle it. Try to sweat it. Oh, that could have been it if he's just shot. I know it's my fault, but that could have been it, man. That's offside. And it is done. I'm really sad that we haven't won it. I really am. I'm not even disappointed because I didn't even expect us to make it this far. But I'm just sad because I think the team deserved to win at least something. Because I'm already gonna spoil it for you. We haven't won the league. Otherwise I would have played the last league match. We haven't won the league. We haven't won the cup, and it's pretty sad to go out in this way. It's really, it's painful. It's just painful to see that we've gone all the way to the final, even though we're still in the second league. We're not even in the biggest league of the country, and we've somehow made it to the cup final. And we lost it in extra time. And fair play to Augsburg, and especially to Demirovic. Is that his name? I don't even know anymore. I don't even care enough to look for it. So let's just see how well we've done in the league. And we haven't even been promoted. We've only not gone through to the playoffs by 2 points. So if we won one more game, we could have went to the playoffs. And then we could have been promoted, but we're not even promoted. I mean, like, I'm gonna show anyways, like the DFB Pokal, we aren't in there. Relegation playoff for the Bundesliga, we're not in it. So we're sadly going to be staying in the Bundesliga 2 for another season. And just to finish this episode, we're gonna quickly take a look at the stats of the players. And top scorer was Hoffman together with Schmidt, so like I said, both of them are probably our most important players. Tel just behind with 20 goals. Bukhari also being really good. And again, Hoffman being on top with assist as well. With Aguado not really that far behind, but a bit far behind. And that's going to be it for today. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to enjoy more of my content, please subscribe. Leave a like and subscribe. So I'll see you all in a bit. Goodbye.